It's time to take a look at the Week 2 injury report against the San Francisco 49ers, which the Vikings take on this Sunday at noon at home, which is a good thing because I think the last couple times we've played the Niners or whatever the case may be, I think it was in San Francisco. Last year we pulled out a dub. That's because the San Francisco 49ers were dealing with a plethora of injuries, including star running back Christian McCaffrey, who, again, could be considered a long shot to play this week. So let's get right into it, starting with the Vikings side of things. The Minnesota Vikings listed 4 players on their initial injury report for Week 2 ahead of hosting the San Francisco 49ers at noon on Sunday. Now, receiver Jordan Addison, who's dealing with an ankle injury, and outside linebacker Andrew Van Ginkel, who is dealing with a foot injury, did not participate. Center Garrett Bradbury, a knee injury, was listed as a limited participant, and receiver Jalen Naylor, who also has an ankle injury, was listed as a full participant. Of these injuries, the only one I would look at as a little bit more serious than the others would be the Jordan Addison injury, right? Left the game early, was quickly ruled out, where he aggravated his other ankle, where earlier in training camp during the joint practices with the Cleveland Browns, he got rolled up on. And was basically not practicing with the team. He, however, injured his opposite ankle during the game against the Giants, which it was considered to be pretty serious at the time. So yes, he is not practicing. I would expect Jordan Addison maybe not to play this weekend just because we want to see him at full health, later on in the season, Week 3, Week 4, Week 5, stuff like that. So if he doesn't play this weekend, don't look at it as a shocker. Jalen Naylor is all the way back. He's healthy. He's practicing. We still have Brandon Powell, Tristan Jackson, and a couple other, I think Theo Jackson or something like that. But we should be fine at the receiver position. Van Ginkel's injury, I don't want to say it's that injured or that serious. He may not have practiced early in the week, but I think that's just because he's a veteran. Let's rest him up. Let's get him fully healthy for this Niners game because there's a good chance we're going to need him, especially a lot to stop the run game. As for Garrett Bradbury, he should be all right. And again, Jalen Naylor is just fine. So now the San Francisco 49ers side of things. What's going on there? Well, San Francisco listed 6 players on its first injury report: defensive end Yetur Gross-Matos, knee injury, and linebacker D. Winters, who is dealing with an ankle injury, did not practice earlier this week. Running back Christian McCaffrey, again dealing with that calf and Achilles injury, who did not play Week 1. Safety Toloana, or I don't know how to say his name, Hufanga, dealing with a knee injury. Left guard Aaron Banks, finger and calf injury, and receiver Jawan Jennings, an ankle injury, were all listed as limited. Now, the interesting one there to keep an eye on is Christian McCaffrey. What is going to happen with him? He missed that Week 1 game just last week against the New York Jets, where Jordan Mason had a showing out party, basically rushed for 140 some yards, had 157, I think, yards of total offense, so he looked phenomenal. There's a good chance Christian McCaffrey does not play this week against our Minnesota Vikings, which would be fantastic, which brings me to this interesting little tidbit that Ian Rappaport dropped on Good Morning Football, where he said Christian McCaffrey, who is dealing with an Achilles and calf injury, feels like a long shot for Sunday against the Minnesota Vikings, where Kyle Shanahan told reporters that McCaffrey would be limited in practice just a couple days ago, which is better than did not practice. Also says he's considered to, or not considered to be, a candidate for injured reserve. I think he's not a candidate for injury reserve because this injury is slowly healing. He should be back within the next couple weeks, for sure Week 3, if all goes well. There's a chance he still could play Sunday, but it seems as if it's a long shot just because this team is already 1-0. They're firing on all cylinders. Jordan Mason can easily take over that Christian McCaffrey role, get a bunch of yards on the ground, not so much receiving. So I could see the Niners sitting McCaffrey this week against the Vikings just because of how well they performed during Week 1. So that would be very, very good for the Minnesota Vikings. But again, we would still have to stop the run, slow down Jordan Mason and stuff like that, which we'll talk about the game preview, which will come out tomorrow. But that's the injury report currently for the Vikings and Niners Week 2 matchup, which takes place this Sunday at noon. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. What do you think about the McCaffrey injury? Do you think Jordan Addison maybe heals up in time and is ready to play? Also, drop a like and subscribe to the channel. It'd be much, much appreciated. Have a great rest of the night, folks, and Skol Vikes.